All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. It's all praises to who the world enemy calls God. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. By Hashem means in the name. Yahushai is who the world enemy calls Jesus Christ. And Rakakadash means Spirit Holy or Holy Spirit. So I want to give double honor to elders and apostles, great millstone, and peace and mercy to hopeful elect. Also, I'm the brother in Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. And I wanted to go into this picture the brother sent out. Fry's here in Arizona is the same as Kroger's. And the brother said this is a picture of the meat section at Fry's just now. So peep that. Completely bare. Completely bare. And other brothers have been saying it. There's a reason why Esau's done the push for these plant-based meats. There's a reason why he's televised veganism at an all-time high. There's a reason for these things. You know? These devils are very crafty, but at the end of the day, this stuff is happening for a reason, man. And also right here it says face mask requirements. This is for Costco. It says to protect our members and employees, effective May 4th, all Costco members and guests must wear a mask or a face covering that covers the mouth and nose at all times while at Costco. This requirement does not apply to children under the age of 2 or individuals who are unable to wear a mask or face covering due to a medical condition. Now, all this stuff is happening as far as food goes. So with all this happening, we understand that this is the time of famine, man. We understand that the Lord spoke of these things and that we are in those beginning stages right this minute, man. I'll just keep it on the. I'll keep it up just like that. So I'm gonna start pulling us some precepts and show you how the scriptures always spoke of these things, man. Always. So this is it's Isaiah 9. You know what? I'm gonna start at Ezekiel 5. This is Ezekiel 5 and suck you. Pulling up the scriptures on my computer. Ezekiel 5 and 16. It says, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for the destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, I will increase the famine upon you, and I will break the staff of bread. And that's what we're seeing, man. The staff of bread is being broken. What is a staff for? It's a support. You lean on a staff. So that support, your grain houses, your storehouses, all been emptied out through panic shopping and all that. So all that stay and staff of bread is gone. So we're seeing the famine starting to increase. They're talking about meat shortages everywhere. And the brother, this is relevant, man. Because here it is. We're in summer now. We're what? 5 months through the year, approaching barbecue. We're in barbecue season, and no meats to put on the grills. That's very serious, man. And a lot of people don't see it as that. You know, a lot of people saw that food started going back on the shelves and stuff, and they started to relax, and they weren't storing up anymore. But you're seeing that this stuff is still real. Verse 17, Ezekiel 5:17, it says, "So will I send upon you famine and evil beast, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee, I how I have spoken it." So, you know, these evil beasts, it's only a matter of time till we start seeing different creatures come into these cities that are going to get wild, man. And it's only a matter of time till when this pestilence and this famine increases the amount of people going out there and getting busy with a sword. So this is all playing into one another, man. All of it. You know, this is Isaiah. I'll go to Lamentation. Because I was watching a video by the elder also, which sparked this lesson, by Elder Ramlab, which sparked the lesson talking about you know, cannibalism is in the scriptures basically. And then the next thing I saw was this picture the brother sent out of no meat in the grocery store. So this is Isaiah 22, Lamentation 2:12. It says, they say, you know what, I'll start up. "Mine eyes do fail with tears, and my bowels are troubled. My liver is poured out upon the earth, for the destruction of the daughter of my people, because the children and the sucklings swoon in the streets of the city." You know, let me look up that word, swoon. One minute, brothers. So, the word swoon in Lamentations 2:11 is atazapa, and it means, that's H 5848, Hebrew lexicon 5848, to turn aside, turn in order to cover, to envelop oneself, cover, to be feeble, be faint, grow weak. To be feeble, be faint, to show feebleness, to faint away. You know, that's why the scriptures tell you, they that die of the sword are better than that die of the famine. For those that die of the famine, waste away. You know, roughly paraphrasing. So the sucklings, the children and the sucklings are swooning in the streets. They're gonna become weak, feeble. Their skin's going to cleave to their bones. This is what the scriptures talk about, and these are something that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that's in the Bible. You know, this is the nastiness of the Lord, and the Lord does all this. A lot of people take away the glory of the Lord and the power, and they deny the power of the Lord, but he does these things. The scriptures tell you, I, the Lord, do all these things. The Lord is in control of this. He does this. He moves the motion. He causes the food shortage. Even if Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the one shutting down these plants, making this coronavirus, you know, putting up these executive orders for these people to sit here and kill their cattle to the point where there's no food in the market. It's the Lord that put it on his mind to do it. Verse 12, it says, Lamentation 2:12, and it says, they say to their mothers, where is corn and wine? They swooned as the wounded in the street of the city. You see? They when their souls were poured out into their mothers' bosoms. You see, they wanted the food back, man. And it wasn't there, to the point that these kids, a lot of these people's children, man, Let me go to 2 Kings real quick. I'll show you an account. This is how it really got for kids in the old world. And it's going to happen again because the scriptures tell you in Ecclesiastes, I think it's the 9th chapter. It tells you that which was is that which shall be, and that which shall be done is that which that which is that which shall be done. So the things of the past are going to all happen again. Slack here 1 second. I'm in the 1st chapter. Need it in the 6th. This is what happened to the kids in the old world, man. 1 second, brothers. I didn't pull this one up. There said he take it up. King of Assyria, Israel. Let me pause this real quick. Here we go. I found it. Now this is 2 Kings 6 and 25. It says, and there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver. Now, are people doing sieges anymore? No, they're not. They're not doing sieges like that anymore. How are sieges done now? Economically. They're done through economic sanctions, through trade deals, trade embargoes. They're done like this. And that's what's happening globally, man. The whole market is shut down. It says, until an ass's head, a donkey, something that's not meant to be eaten, was sold for 80 pieces of silver. That's 80 pieces of silver. A score is 20. It's it says in the 4th part of a cab of a dove's dung, a dove's doo-doo, excrement, scat, feces was sold for 5 pieces of silver. So something that's not even supposed to be eaten was sold for 5 pieces of silver. It says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, help my lord, O king. And he said, if Yahweh do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor or out of the winepress? Because it's going to be in such a state. Hey, and then the Lord is going to put it on the spirit of the men of the Lord to have the same spirit, man. It's just common sense, man. The Lord is going to put it on our spirits to leave you people in that misery if you're appointed for it. Because the scriptures say, such as for death to death, such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for famine to famine. So everybody has their way to die in these last days. And if you're not a part of the elect, you will perish in one of those means. It says, verse 28, and the king said unto her, what aileth thee? And she answered, this woman said unto me, give thy son that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. And this is in the scriptures, man. This is what happened, and the Lord was cool with this. It says, verse 29, so we boiled my son and did eat him. And I said unto her, on the next day, give thy son that we may eat him. And she had hid her son. So you can only imagine, you can extrapolate, that's a word, I've been using it, you can extrapolate the mindset of this woman and why she had to ask for the woman to give her son, because the woman probably didn't want to do it herself. She probably didn't have the heart to do it herself, but she was so hungry. She was cool with it. So she gave her own kid. She could have, it's not written in the scriptures. This is a extrapolation. The woman's mindset was like, you know what? I'll give her to her. I'll give my son to her. She'll do the work because she doesn't really love him. She don't have no feelings for him like that. I do. And they got to business. And then when that woman was fed, her senses came back and she hid her own son because she wasn't with it. It says, and it came to pass that the king, it came to pass when the king heard the words of the woman that he rent his clothes, and he passed by upon the wall, and the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. Because Hey, men back then, they understood what it was, man. For you to go through that and you're the ruler, you're the king, that means you had some poor leadership in that time to get that judgment. You know? So these are things that's written in the scriptures that will happen again. We just read in the book of Lamentations with the sucklings swooning in the streets. That's gonna happen, man. You people do not know how to fast. You don't know how to go without. That's why it says this is the place that dwelleth without cares, man. You never had to struggle, and especially you Edomites, man. That's why there's an all-time high of suicide rate among you Edomites. You barely started to catch some hell. And you all start offering yourself. I understand Jake sitting there committing suicide. You're at the bottom your whole life. Every little thing you try to do fails. You everything gets taken from you. You're ostracized. You're last hired, first fired. You never get a chance to breathe. But you Edomites, you barely started catching hell in the means of economic distress, and you're ready to seal the deal and kill yourself. You know, these days, man, a lot of you Edomites, and especially you women have dwelt without cares, are going to be in the same stead of eating your own children. It says, this is Isaiah. Get this. It's Isaiah 32. And 10, it says, you know what? I started at 9. It says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear the voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. And these storehouses showing up empty. This is a show of the vintage failing and the gathering not coming. You ain't got nothing to go to. And those government benefits you women get, child support, alimony, whatever else you get just off of looking good, that's all going to fail, man. It says, tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Because the problem is, we're not against women, man. We're against bitches, bro. You women that don't want to humble down, that don't sit here and acknowledge the fact that you go off, because that's what this feminist movement started, man. It's a sense of a lack of ownership to fault in you women. You've painted yourself as in this society has painted you, and you've painted yourself as this can do no wrong being, and we're seeing that you're the proudest, most corrupt gender there is, man. And you've gone about in such pride, and nobody's checked you. So now you're boasted up in pride so much. But in these days, man, it says Isaiah 32:10, it says, many days and years shall you be troubled. You careless women. You women have been on a decline for a good 4 years now, man. Stuff's not going hot. It says, many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless women. The vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, make you bare. Gird sackcloth upon you, meaning you're going to be put in that low state. It says, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All those goodies you were used to. Being able to go out, eat all you want. Had these niggas sitting there waste all they check on you. Those days are out, man. You women ain't getting taken out for shit. And now it's at a point where a lot of you are out of work and a lot of these men are out of work. So the only thing you can get possibly is a goddamn Happy Meal. And these men are tired of you so much right now because they're locked in a goddamn room with you. It says, verse 13, it says, upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars. Yeah, all the houses of joy in the joyous city, because the palaces shall be forsaken, the multitude of the city shall be left, the forts and the towers shall be for dens forever, and a joy of wild asses, a pasture of flocks, meaning everything that you got is going to come to naught. You know, this is what the scriptures talk about. You know, this famine and that cannibalism is going to come back in a big, big way in these days, man. It's going to happen a lot sooner than you people think. It's Isaiah 3. It says, for behold, Isaiah 3 and 1, for behold, Yahweh of hosts, to take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff of bread. And Jerusalem and Judah is all over the world. You know, we're not confined to just cities anymore. So this is going to happen all over the world. It says, behold, Yahweh of hosts doth take away from Jerusalem and Judah the stay and staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole staff of water. The mighty man and the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet, and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50 and the honorable men, the counselor and the cunning artificer and the eloquent orator. You know, so you celebrities, you men of stature in this world, man, hey, the Lord is taking away all that shit. You know, you don't got nobody to entertain you or deceive you right now. All you got is your own sense in a hard place, you know. This is what famine is doing, man. The Lord is breaking that staff and stay of bread, man. And we're in times, man. The scriptures tell you, speak in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. You know? These things, hey, there was a famine and a dearth in the New Testament. And what? There was a system put in place to make sure those that were in the faith, that were in the body, were taken care of, because men sent goods from everywhere to make sure those men that were in the land that was hit by the dearth and the famine were taken care of. And we're going to be taken care of in the same ways today and from online, because the scriptures say, my servants shall eat, but ye shall hunger. My servants shall drink, but ye shall thirst. You know, the servants of the Lord are the only ones that are going to be stable in these times. Because as it says in the book of 2nd Ezra, it tells you, and they that have used abstinence while they lived shall rejoice. You know, we're going to be fine, man. This is Isaiah 9 and 19. It says, through the wrath of Yahweh of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as fuel for the fire. No man shall spare his brother. You see, what do you think is going to push a mindset like that? That you're going to go into anybody in your own nation and start killing them off, man? What do you think? Famine. You know, those hunger pains that drive people crazy. Verse 20, it says, and he shall snatch on the right hand and be hungry, and he shall eat on the left hand, and they shall not be satisfied. You know, there's not going to be enough food to actually sit here and still to where you feel a little quietness in your stomach, man. It says, they shall eat every man the flesh of his own arm. That's how real famine gets, bro. You know, the Lord is going to cook this up, bro. The Lord is going to cook this up, and we're seeing it happen, man. So that cannibalism, you know, you people been so used to eating such quantities of meat, and I've got a problem. I'm trying to eat more vegetables and shit, you know. But a lot of people have been so used to eating so much meat all the goddamn time that in those days, man, just like in a cartoon, what is it called? Tom and Jerry, when he used to start looking at Jerry as a chicken bone or a chicken leg, you people are going to start looking at each other like that, man, because you've eaten meat so long, your body's so used to it, and your cognition's going to be so messed up by the hunger that you're in, that you're going to look at another person as a source of protein, you know? But these are things that are going to come on the world, and if you do not have the covering of the Lord, you do not have the name of the Lord, which is Yahweh, the name of his son, which is Yahweh Shai, and you don't have true faith in it. And the scriptures tell you faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Lord. So you have to understand and know these scriptures to have true faith to be able to stand in those days. You're going to be in a terrible, terrible case, and you're going to be left up to this family. Let me get that precept. Let me get it, man. And I'll end it on that. Where is it at? I think it's in, might be in Ezekiel. Let me put it in, man. Let me put it in. Yeah, Jeremiah 15:3, it says, and I will appoint over them 4 kinds. Say Yahweh, the sword to slay, the dogs to tear. You know what? I gotta start up. Yeah. This I'm gonna start at 1. It says, then said Yahweh unto me through Moses though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. You know why? Because our people are so stiff-necked and hard-headed, they don't want to humble down. It says, cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whether shall we go forth? Because our people are going to sit here and try to come to us in these last days when shit's getting heavy. And a lot of you have already scoffed, and the Lord's taking note of you. You know, the Lord's taking note of you, and he's going to put in the spirit of his men to tell you this. When you come up to us and ask, what should we do? We're going to tell you exactly like this. It says, then thou shalt tell them, thus say Yahweh. It says, such is for death to death, such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as for the captivity to captivity. And that's what we're going to tell you, man. We're in those days, man. We're in those days, man. So Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to say, call Allah, Yah, Bashim Al-Shai, Bashim Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. Shalom, Akim.